Welcome to the Rankin Podcast Reaction Show, where we are going to discuss our lists and keep taking questions from folks here on Facebook. Jason says he liked Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Remember seeing the first and saw John Candy surprised towards the end.
With the Polka group.
Yeah.
Richie tells us to go live more often, which we might do.
Might do that. Austin says
Couts, that's my old boss.
that Dairy Queen, Zach.
No, it's Kona Ice. It's ice. It's
Whoa.
shake.
They're not. It's just some ice truck. All right, they're not a sponsor of the Rankin Podcast. We're not giving out free mentions here, Zach.
Yeah,
Hey, is
sorry.
Blended Collective sponsoring this post show?
Hell yeah.
Boss lady says no.
Okay, Ashley says no. Producer Ashley says no.
Don't want their name on what's about to come
yeah.
spewing out of these mouths.
Allison says Home Alone 2 is solid. It's not an embarrassment, that's for sure.
Wow.
Couldn't agree more, Allison.
Just like me. Also,
Solid,
not an embarrassment.
I got to tell you, this snow cone's terrible.
Is
Yeah, it's
it?
not
I got
great.
no flavor. None. Like, they skimped on the juice.
Yeah, Garrett constantly shit talks this snow cone company.
It's not like it.
Hey, if you guys
his
have any
wife.
questions for us, just type them in. We'll do like a little Q&A here while we're
Right.
at it.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I'm not impressed.
It's when you're looking for a dessert, snow cone is what, 48th on the list.
That's a little high, don't you think?
Snow cone is
I
like
would rather
on
have
the
a
list
fresh
of
pear.
like it's lower on the list than having nothing.
Right.
Like snow cone is almost a punishment.
Like a few years ago, Deadspin ranked the best foods from each state. So each state had its food. So like Indiana was pork tenderloin, and Ohio was skyline chili, basically. And they ranked number 50 getting hit by a car, and then number 51 Cincinnati chili. Like Ohio's was rated after getting hit by a car.
I remember looking up like what each state's most popular food was, and Ohio's was jalapeno. Was like its most consumed product.
Probably because people think that's like spicy.
Right.
Ooh, I like spice. I like jalapenos.
Kiwan says that it's because ice is trash,
Ice is
and
not
blended
trash.
ice with syrup is even more trash. I mean, I don't want
He's
to just
not wrong.
I don't want to just chomp on ice. That's for sure.
I agree. Don, what flavor did you get? Root beer?
Root beer. Haven't had any of it yet because I'm a professional.
Drain into the bottom there.
Right. I'm just gonna dump out the ice and drink the root beer syrup.
What?
Just a lot of dead air. And
Are you digging
stabbing?
digging a shovel?
Well, I got to get some flavor. I've just had.
Zach, I don't know how you have Attack of the Clones as your third worst movie sequel ever and not
so
Phantom
bad.
Menace.
Oh, God damn it. I forgot to make the joke I wanted to make.
Well, go on.
Because I wanted to
I can
say,
tell you now, it's not gonna be funny.
Well, no, because at the start, like, when I was like, okay, worst movies, I was going to be Grease 2, because that movie sucks. Screw you, Don. And then, like, I completely forgot to. Now I'm
Waka
sad.
waka.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, no, Attack of the Clones sucks.
Grease 2 isn't a good movie.
At all.
No. But it's not.
It's not the worst. It's not worse.
It's enjoyable for me to watch and listen to the music that I like.
Movie's trash.
I want a cool rider.
No, see, here's the thing. I love politics. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is literally the political aspects that led to the Clone War. And
You're welcome.
I hate Episode 2. Fun fact, it is the only Star Wars movie that I own a physical copy of. And it's because I got it for a Christmas present from my dad's workers union back in the day. Because I hadn't seen Attack of the Clones yet. And I was like, oh yeah, Attack of the Clones, I'll get it and then I'll have it because I'll love it because it's Star Wars. And it sucks. I hate it.
Well, I mean, that's an opinion that you can have, but I just don't understand how you don't have Phantom Menace higher than it.
Because I would rather watch The Phantom Menace. The Phantom
Gross.
Menace actually tells a decent story. It's just Jar Jar sucks.
Jar Jar's terrible.
Jar
And
Jar is
honestly,
trash. Jar
honestly,
Jar
we can
sucks
think.
so much that he is directly
Stop yelling.
responsible for the fall of of the fall of the Republic.
That's true. But also, we can blame George Lucas's niece or nephew or somebody because he was like, I need somebody that they're going to like in this show.
Kiwan says, who greenlit the slew of terrible sequels that I never knew existed? People with money.
Right. People with money who want more money, but thought that it was a good idea.
This was the best way to get more monies.
And boy, were they wrong.
Do what you got to do.
Well, I was looking up while we were talking, like best and worst, and there was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Matthew McConaughey and like Renee Zellweger. It grossed $100,000 at the movie theater. It didn't even get $1 million.
Really?
Yeah, oh God,
that's pretty bad.
I forget what the official
with Matthew McConaughey,
right. Renee Zellweger, and
you're putting out six figures.
I mean, Kiwan's right that the best thing about the Phantom Menace is the music during the Darth Maul Qui-Gon Obi-Wan fight, which is right. It's Duel of the Fates, but
yeah, there's a good
everything
in
that movie.
There's a good fight in the Phantom Menace. There's not in Attack of the Clones.
Everything in that movie is a letdown, though.
That's fair.
Everything in the Phantom Menace is a letdown. Attack of the Clones sets up the next movie very well. As a standalone movie, it's not a great enjoyment. It's like the Twin Towers, which is 3 hours of people fucking walking so that you can get to the third movie.
That's fair.
And so you can have a good third movie, just like Revenge of the Sith was supposed to be. It wasn't a great movie. I enjoyed watching The Revenge of the Sith.
Okay,
my brother loves The Phantom Menace.
I'm going to say this about Attack of the Clones.
He doesn't get the hate for it.
I'm going to say this about Attack of the Clones, and this is going to get me some hate. Like, I'm going to get some legitimate Twitter hate for this, okay? So, in Attack of the Clones, we learn that the clones are all cloned off of Jango Fett, who is the father of Boba Fett.
No, he's not the father of Boba Fett.
He
is Boba Fett, technically.
He is, because Boba Fett is a clone, but it's his own personal clone that they didn't accelerate his growth.
Correct.
That he is aging at the age of a normal person, blah, blah, blah. Boba Fett sucks as a character.
Boba Fett and Jango Fett are bitches.
Fact.
Right, they're terrible. I don't understand how they got.
Everybody loves.
So it's Reese's favorite character.
Everybody loves Boba Fett. Boba Fett sucks. Send your hate mail to me. It is at Zach Seawright with an H. H is for hate.
Right. So I mean, Boba Fett's a bitch, and I don't understand how he ever got super popular.
Literally all he ever didn't want to watch The Mandalorian because I thought it was about Boba Fett. Like 3 different people had to tell me it was not about Boba Fett before I would watch it.
All he did was follow the Millennium Falcon for half of the movie, and then showed up in front of Han Solo and went freeze, and that's all he did. And then he fell into a Sarlacc pit,
right? And people fucking love him, and I don't get it. I don't get it either. Boba Fett is a bitch.
So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation has a 3.3 rating on IMDb, and in its opening weekend, it made $28,000.
Jesus.
Made 185 total.
Like, I want to know what did Renee Zellweger, was it Renee Zellweger?
Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey.
What did they make? Did they get
the
paid
budget
up
was
front?
The budget was $600,000, and this is 1995. So that's not like $6 billion today, but it's still a decent amount of money for Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger to be in. And it made $600,000. You're like, fine, do it. We'll make our money back. And you lost $415,000 on it. That's amazing. Reese should feel attacked. He loves Boba Fett. Neil says he likes the movie, but he wouldn't say he loves it.
So we've got a couple things here. A little bit of conversation between them. Erica said that she brought up Grease 2 when Garrett told her the topic. Allison replied and said, for best or for worst. And Erica said worst, but she loves it. Allison's got a question for me. A couple times during the show, you said it's fun to watch. What makes something fun to watch, according to you? Because Fast and Furious / fun to watch. If I can just kind of turn my brain off during a movie and enjoy what I'm seeing on the screen, which is what Fast and Furious is, you don't have to think about plot lines or anything. You just think cars go fast, explosions go big. And you can do that for 2 hours. It's a decent movie to watch. And if I can have a fun time and see a car parachute out of an airplane, then It's a good time. If I don't regret the 2 hours that I spent after I get done watching a movie, then I'm usually not too upset afterwards.
Does that change if you have watched it in theaters or just like laying on your couch?
Well, I think that there is a difference.
So like I have Regal Unlimited,
right?
so I can go to the movies at a Regal Cinema whenever I want. It's free. Well, that's not free, but
I'm more comfortable watching them in a movie theater than I am at home.
But
Get
so
better
like
sound
I
and all
go
that crap.
after work on like a Tuesday night by myself because one, there's a really good chance that I'm going to be one of 4 people in the theater. There's been times where I've been the only person in the theater, which is great because you can be like bullshit at the stupid plot holes in a movie when you are sitting in a movie theater, which is really cool. But when the movie sucks, I think I still have to drive 45 minutes home. It's now 9:30. I could have spent all of this time like petting my dog or doing anything other than watching Skyscraper or Truth or Dare or whatever bad movie I decide. I just was like, it's free, I'll watch it. And then you're like, oh my God, I wish I would have hung myself in my closet instead.
So I don't have Regal Unlimited, so I don't go to the movies just because I can to watch a crappy movie. So typically the only movies I go to watch at a movie theater are like bigger blockbuster movies, and I'm not usually disappointed by them. Like I've never been disappointed in the movie theater by a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie. Kind of disappointed, but they're not usually bad movies. They're just not what I wanted them to be. That kind of disappointment. And I typically don't go to by myself, so I can have a little bit of conversation back and forth with whoever I went with.
See, you start going by yourself, you're like, I don't want to go with anybody else because like I got all this room I can spread out. Like
I don't sit beside somebody. I buy.
Well, I mean, like,
I buy somewhere with reserved seating.
Someday,
and buy a seat between it.
Maybe you'll have a girlfriend, and that person, that significant other, will sit beside you and be like, "Oh, I
sure wish you wouldn't."
I liked it better when I had all the room to myself. Believe me. Although once you're married, it's great. Like going to the movies is phenomenal because it's like 2.5 hours of not talking to that person. You're just like, what can we do that I don't have to speak to you? Movies. And then the person behind you yaps the whole time, and you're like, I'm going to kick your ass. And then eventually you're just like, it's Dumbo with Colin Farrell. Who cares if I can hear it or not?
I went and watched 1917 in movie theaters twice.
Oh, Jason, Skyscraper is so bad. It's so terrible.
I went and watched 1917 twice. Mm-hmm. And the second time I watched it, there was a dude behind me just like coughing and sneezing an entire time.
It was pre-Rona. And
it was like right before the Rona came to America. So this is like late July, early February, or late January, early February.
Late July, early February.
Late January,
I don't think you know how time works.
And he's just back there blowing his nose like 2 rows behind me, nobody in between us, and the entire time I'm just like, dude, if you're fucking sick, just get the fuck out of here and let me enjoy this movie. And honestly, it saved me because about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way through the movie, the projector quit working, and so we got to leave early. I was so happy that we got to leave early because of the jackass behind me.
Have you ever left a movie like a movie in the movie theater early? Have you ever seen a movie that bad that you were like, nope, not doing it?
We got real close once. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No.
That movie's so good.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
No, the last 20 minutes are good.
Makes up for the first 2 hours, yes.
Yeah, the first 2 hours
is still pretty
sucks.
good.
It's good. It's not like action-packed, but the last 20 minutes.
Say, last 20 minutes are
when he kicks the
phenomenal.
shit out of Bruce Lee.
That part's good. But the end, everything
If
else
you put your mouth
sucks.
closer to the mic, you don't have to shout.
Just right here, Zach.
Just right here?
Yep.
Okay.
That's perfect.
But yeah, no, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was not a good movie.
Yes, it's phenomenal.
No, the end is good. Does not make up for the...
It was a good movie. You might not like it, but it was a good, well put together
Right, it's a well-made
movie.
film.
It's a well-made film.
It is a well-made film. It's not a good movie.
I also like it as a movie.
I think it's good.
It's not good.
So
I didn't
almost
think I
walked
would
out
like
of
it.
But I didn't, but Alex did, and he drove that night. So like I was like, if he left, I was gonna have to go with him.
I don't think I've ever walked out on a movie. I think that I have definitely.
Alex said that
I've
was
fallen
the closest
asleep
he
in
has ever
movies.
come to walking out of a movie.
I've fallen asleep.
I've fallen asleep in many a movie theater.
But I don't know that
The Godzilla movie with Bryan Cranston was garbage, and I fell asleep like 3 different
I
times.
haven't seen that one.
It's not good. Don't waste your time.
Keywan saying that he left. He said, "Oh, I straight up left The Exorcism of Emily Rose. My 2 cousins, my twin bro, and myself were all like, yeah, screw this." Like 25 minutes into the movie.
I can buy that.
But when he typed, "Oh," I could hear exactly what he was going to say.
I had Movie Pass for a while. Once upon
Before
a
they went out of business?
I got out like at the perfect time. Like I still got my refund, and it was great. I fell asleep in "Won't You Be My Neighbor," the Mr. Rogers documentary.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, I
cried at the end of that.
I had to go to work at like 4:00 in the morning that day, and so I saw like the 12:30 in the afternoon showing. So I had like 4 hours of sleep, and then Mr. Rogers is on the big screen being like, "Hey, you're special just the way you are."
Is that Tom Hanks?
No. This is the documentary.
Okay.
So it's literally Mr. Rogers' voice being like, "Oh, you're special, and you should like yourself just the way you are." Right.
Like
and you're like, "What if I'm a piece of shit, Mr. Rogers?" And he's
It's
just
like falling
"I
asleep.
like you.
It's like falling asleep to
Bob Ross?
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
So we've got here AJ saying that Once Upon in Hollywood is garbage.
Yep.
And Jason saying I fell asleep on Dunkirk.
Oh,
Jason, I
Jason.
don't blame you at all for falling asleep during Dunkirk.
Oh, Jason, if only you knew Zach had Dunkirk in his top 5 horror movies.
I think he does know that.
Okay, well,
But I mean, half of the movie trying to get on a boat to escape, and then the other half trying to come back. I just don't get it.
I gotta love Christopher Nolan.
It's a fantastic film.
It'd be like if somebody made a movie of me driving to Taco Bell and then coming back home from Taco Bell. The end. That's
So
essentially
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
right, but without anything fun happening in between.
Oh, you know what? The Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay is pretty terrible.
I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed a
I
Harold
like
and Kumar Christmas. I enjoyed them all.
I haven't seen a Harold and Kumar Christmas.
It's not bad.
Do we like Hallmark Christmas movies? No.
No, Hallmark
Allison.
Christmas movies
No,
are.
we do not.
I'm from the small town. I'm a big city lawyer.
banker, and
I'm going home for the holidays
to see my
Wink,
parents who
because that's
suck,
the name of the movie.
and I'm gonna fall in love with a small town baker
And
who
I'm
lives
gonna-
in a cottage.
and I'm
And
gonna
also,
quit
he
my-
has a dog for some reason.
oh, so Allison is saying that's turn your brain off entertainment, so therefore you should like it. She's spitting. She's
Well,
spitting fire.
I mean, the issue
that's
is
logic.
the
That's
issue-
logic if I've ever heard it.
No, the issue is that there's no entertainment in that. That's just turn your brain off. There's no entertainment in
Yeah,
that.
there's only so many times I can see Lacey Chabert fall in love. Like,
She's the original Meg, right?
yeah. She's also Gretchen Wieners from Mean Girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's either her
Her dad
or Elliot from Scrubs.
Her dad
Yeah.
invented toaster
Her
strudels.
dad invented toaster strudels, but
I don't
yeah,
think my
Elliot-
father, the inventor of toaster strudels, would appreciate that.
Yeah, you're right though. Elliot
Elliot from Scrubs is in a bunch of
Hallmark
Hallmark movies.
But like dad loves Hallmark movies, and like I don't know what the hell that's about. But you go over to the old man's house around, well, you know, November or October, because that's when they start Christmas shit on the
Oh
Hallmark
no, they've
channel.
started like now.
Well-
because life sucks.
Right. And just he's like,
Son just
oh
never-
yeah,
just
so
got a cup of ice.
I just watched this movie with Lacey Chabert. It's over.
He doesn't know who Lazy Chabert is.
Right. But hey, so this Lacey Chabert
Watched
movie's
a
over.
movie with Gretchen Wiener in it.
And then I found
hey,
out she
look,
was a
hey, look,
60-foot tall
there's
monster from the Mesozoic.
I said, "What are you doing here, Loch Ness Monster? I ain't giving you no damn tree, Fitty."
Damn tree, Fitty.
And then there's another Lacey Chabert movie, and he was just like, yeah, it was a good movie. Dad, it's not the same movie.
Erica Seawright says that she feels attacked.
She should. She
should.
If you like Hallmark Christmas movies,
Like we want to say something mean.
I was gonna say something like sexist, like make me some like
Christmas movies.
I was gonna make me like
Make me a
scotcheroos.
pie.
Give me some scotcheroos. just stop what you're doing and make scotcheroos. But that's sexist.
Keywan
because-
says that whole genre is for the 35 plus women crowd.
Oh well, producer Ashley can't get enough of them. She's not 35 plus yet.
Yeah.
Give it time. Give it time.
I think tree Fitty.
Give me about tree footer.
So
I said, wait a minute, Lazy Chabert. You're a 60-foot tall monster from the Mesozoic. And I was like, yeah, you look that monster. What about tree footer?
all right. Well,
Yeah, this has gone on long enough.
Yeah.
thanks for joining us for the first live episode of the Rankum Podcast. Wow.
Let's try that again.
Thanks for joining us for the first live episode of the Rankin Podcast.
Hey, got it that
there we
time.
go.
Got it that time.
We will see you on Thursday with hopefully. Oh God, what did we do? We literally did it an hour ago. Pre-recorded it.
Streaming.
Oh,
yeah.
streaming TV shows.
Yeah, our favorites.
Our favorite TV streaming shows.
So that'll be Thursday. Josh Johnson, big fan. Good job, guys. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Josh.
So yeah, find us wherever it is you download your podcasts: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Rankin Podcast. Zach is at Zach Seawright. Don is at Donnie_G. I am at Garrett Seawright. All on Twitter. If you like the episode, you love it, let us know. Give us a 5-star review. Tweet at us if you hated it. Tweet at Zach Seawright. He could use that negativity in his life. We will catch you next time.
Every
on the
once in a
Rankin
while, I'll
Podcast.
see Zach with a smile on his face and know that he needs a hate tweet.